Okay, this is Christopher Altman, this is me, and I'm going to go into how I developed characters before this class, which is actually fairly easy for me. I draw on past experiences and on things that surround me, particularly and especially I try to remember individuals I've come in contact with over the course of years or months. And I've actually ran across quite a few colorful people who were, by any standard, minor uh, criminals, for lack of a better way to say it. They had either spent time in jail or they knew somebody who had, and they liked to prove that they were tough. And in certain ways they were, but in certain other ways they weren't. But I remember people in particular who told me you didn't have to brandish a weapon to be tough. All you had to be was just really yourself and full of heart and spirit. All you had to do was really stand up to people. Not to prove that you were tough or mighty or strong or anything like that, but to stand up and to have some measure of real self-respect. You didn't need to brandish a gun or a knife or anything like that. I found that quite challenging actually, because I have a disability. I am vulnerable, but I didn't have to prove myself tough. Um, just had to have a little bit of courage and a little bit of heart. That helped me develop characters for this story. Also, what to go to the thing, what tools did I use? I mainly fell back into Final Draft, using that, and also using the Screenwriter's Bible and following the tips that helped me to create the characters, and to develop the story and the dialogue and the tone and set the theme. I followed these suggestions in that book, plus taking the quiz was quite helpful and very informative, so I relied on that. And thirdly and lastly, I found most challenging the revising. Revising the character for me proved tighter, more involved. I took out elements of dialogue and incorporated more subtext, and with that, more action. And the most difficult part of developing the story and the revising of the story was the beginning, not the middle, not the end, but just the beginning. And following the feedback that I got, creating this episode that made the protagonist more vulnerable, that proved to be the best, most challenging part of the whole thing. But it was rewarding when I got done with it, and I liked the story the way it turned out, so I got no complaints about that. So this was really helpful. And doing the session with the instructor, that proved even more helpful, so I still have no complaints. But that's basically it in answering the questions. Hope you liked the video. Give me a shout out with some feedback if you want. Hopefully talk to you soon.